welcome to today's class. Today we have to take oscillation lecture 5. Okay, now here so far we have already studied something about the equation of simple harmonic motion, how we determine velocity and acceleration of simple harmonic motion, and also we have seen how we exactly determine the equation of simple harmonic motion. At the same time, we determine the energy of body executing simple harmonic motion. Now today we have to take some specific examples of simple harmonic motion. First, we take the motion of a spring. What is a spring? Now, spring is very familiar thing with you in day-to-day life. Everywhere the spring is used. This is a small spring. You can see that is used in a ball pen. That is very commonly used. This is a small spring balance. You can see that I can just extend this and it can come back to its original state like this is spring balance, of course very hard spring balance. You can see that it is calibrated in kilogram. Naturally this 1 2 3 4 means 1 2 3 4 5, they are kilograms, not grams. And this is a very small tiny spring, but it has also very strong elastic strength. That is why you can see that it is not extended very easily. At the same time, you can see this is a toy spring, a plastic. It is elasticity is not very high, but anyhow, you can just see, you can play with this just to have some knowledge about the spring. Okay, well, and also we can have that actual spring, a metallic spring, but it is very long. This will be extended to very longer distance, and it is also very good elastic also. Okay, so these are different types of springs, and with that we have to discuss the horizontal motion first. When we discuss horizontal motion, you can just observe. Suppose we are having this one horizontal plank. At this end we can just hold a spring, and it is connected to a block of mass m. It is connected to a block of mass m. This could be very easily be shown by the system, like suppose we are having this horizontal platform, and this is a hook. I am just holding, I am connecting this hook to this, and suppose we are having one spring, although is very long and the plate is very small. Naturally the deflection will not be very good, but anyhow we can just demonstrate this. Just for demonstration we can use this. Suppose I am holding this portion, this is the rigid end. It is just like this horizontal platform, like this. When it is traced, we can see that whenever it is traced horizontally, it can have some restoring force, due to which it come back to its original state. Whenever it is placed outwardly and it is left, then it will have a restoring force. And if it is table is very longer, then we can see even the oscillations, but practically oscillation is not possible for this smaller object. For this smaller platform, of course horizontal platform has to be very longer one. Anyway, let us see how actually it does. If we extend this to a relatively longer distance, that we are stretching the spring to a distance x. Here they were, it is in equilibrium. It is not disturbed. Now we have stretched it by a distance x. And as we have shown you that there will always be a restoring force which acts on it. A restoring force is directly proportional to the restoring force is directly proportional to the extension made. जितने ज्यादा एक्सटेंशन होगा उतने तेजी से वो रिस्टोर करेगा, अपने आप को वापस करेगा, उतने स्ट्रॉन्ग रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स लगेगा। दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग। ओके, एंड देयरफॉर and since this is oppositely directed and extension is made here, a restoring force is opposite, therefore it is minus f if f is proportional to minus x or f equal to minus kx. This k is called spring constant and its unit is Newton per meter. दिस इज कॉल्ड स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट। ठीक है, तो आपने देखा कि स्प्रिंग में खास बात क्या होता है, हॉरिजॉन्टल रखे या वर्टिकल रखे तो उसमें एक रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स बहुत जबरदस्त लगता है कि जैसे ही उसको खींचेंगे छोड़ देंगे फिर वापस आने की कोशिश करेंगे। और अगर ये जो है अगर लंबा प्लेटफॉर्म हो तो इट कैन ऑसिलेट ऑल्सो। तो ऑसिलेशन वाला जो मामला है वो वर्टिकल में क्लियर दिखता है, बट हॉरिजॉन्टल के लिए यू नीड टू हैव अ लॉन्गर टेबल। Okay, because anyhow there is only one force, that is restoring force, that is being applied. तो compression rarefaction इसमें उतने क्लियर नहीं दिखता, लेकिन रिस्टोर हो रहा ना, जस्ट टू कम बैक टू ओरिजिनल स्टेट, ओरिजिनल लेंथ, दैट इज वेरी इजीली अवेलेबल, इजीली विजिबल, दैट वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन। तो ये आ जाएगा माइनस के एक्स। ठीक है, और माइनस के इज द रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन इट। ठीक, now if we determine the acceleration of this body, the acceleration of the given block, alpha equal to f by m, that means it will be equal to minus kx upon m or minus k by m into x. Well, whenever you get the acceleration of the form like this, then what you get, you can very easily see the acceleration is directed towards the mean position, and also it is directly proportional to the displacement of from the mean position, because this is the mean position or established position or the equilibrium position from where it is disturbed to a distance x. तो ये डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो गया, तो इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल डिस्प्लेसमेंट आल्सो फ्रॉम द मेन पोजीशन। तो इसके क्या व्हाट इज द कंक्लूजन फ्रॉम दिस? कंक्लूजन इज दैट द बॉडी is actually whatever we are observing, the restoring force is being applicable, but it is also it is also executing simple harmonic motion. Whenever it is executing simple harmonic motion, then obviously we can very easily have the condition, that is the we have to compare this equation with the standard equation of acceleration. Let us compare the equation 1 with the standard equation of acceleration of a body executing simple harmonic motion. क्या होता है? Alpha equal to minus omega square y. It could also be x because displacement is x direction, therefore let it be x only. It is just x. That means this is equation 2. If they are the same type of equation, we can easily compare that. Therefore, if we compare, and we have already said, let us compare equation 1 with the standard equation of acceleration of a body executing SHM. That we have to compare. That means, therefore, omega square equal to k by m. K by m, or omega equal to under root k by m, and omega is 2 pi by t under root k by m, and t equal to 2 pi under root m by k. This is the time period of the body, of this body which is attached to a spring, and the spring is in horizontal platform. And in that case, we have already seen the exact formation of a restoring force, but it is not only restoring force but also it executes SHM with the time period given by this. Okay, after this, what we do, we have to take the vertical platform. Vertical platform is more visible, and you can see yourself that how exactly that takes place. Now we will discuss the vertical motion, vertical spin. Vertical spring. Suppose this is the rigid end from where some spring is, and there is no weight at all. Whenever a weight is applied, it is stretched downward, and extension in length becomes, say, d. Now it is further extended downward by an additional distance of x, and then released. Then it is found to oscillate up and down. This is the original spring. Suppose we know the length of this spring is say around 10 सेंटीमीटर 20 सेंटीमीटर जो भी है दे रखा है, उसमें वेट लगाने से कुछ ये नीचे झुक जाता है, और इसका लेंथ में कितना इंक्रीज होता है. सपोज इट इज हियर, इनिशियल इट वाज हियर, नाउ इट इज इंक्रीज बाय अ लेंथ ऑफ डी. अब यहाँ पे इक्विलिब्रियम हो जाता है. दैट मीन दिस बिकम्स अ मीन पोजीशन, और इक्विलिब्रियम मीन पोजीशन. अब उसको फर्दर खींच कर छोड़ दे, एक्स और नीचे नीचे खींच कर छोड़ दे, तो इट विल हैव एन ऑसिलेशन ऑफ अप एंड डाउन. And that type of oscillation, how we take, suppose in this point, at this particular point, whenever some spring is stretched, it always have some restoring force. Remember, a restoring force is always minus kx. तो इस केस में क्या हो जाएगा, दिस इज फिगर 1, फिगर 2. In case 1, total force is 0. Total force equal to 0. But there are still two forces. One is the restoring force, other is weight. Restoring force is always acting towards its original state. Original state स्प्रिंग का ये था, तो रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स ऊपर की ओर होगा, माइनस के एक्स, माइनस एक्स के जगह यहाँ डी, माइनस के डी, और वेट इज डाउनवर्ड, देयरफॉर माइनस के डी प्लस एम जी इक्वल टू 0. That means mg equal to kd. mg equal to kd. This is your equation number 1. On further extending to a length x, and then it will still found to have oscillation. If it is released, then the total force will be equal to, the case 2, total force F equal to restoring force means minus k d plus x plus mg. d plus x प्लस एम जी. डी प्लस एक्स क्या होगा, क्योंकि ओरिजिनल लेंथ से तो डी ये एक्सटेंड हुआ था, और एक्स और नीचे किया गया, तो ये तो एक्सटेंशन, ये फोर्स हो जाएगा. यहाँ पर लेंथ फोर्स बस 0, और यहाँ पर आपने क्या एक्सटेंड करके छोड़ दिया था, इट विल हैव सम एक्सटेंशन, सम फोर्स, दैट इज रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स प्लस इट्स वेट एवरी टाइम. एंड देयरफॉर रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स प्लस वेट, जैसे ही इसमें इसको यहाँ तक नीचे खींचा था, उस समय का फोर्स इतना है. नाउ नेचुरली दिस विल बी इक्वल टू माइनस के डी minus kx plus mg. Equation number 2. If we put the value of mg as kd, this kd cancel out, and we are left with f equal to again minus kx. Again minus kx. And when equation is minus kx, I think it is, you can just see it, the closer look. If it is minus kx, then acceleration will be equal to acceleration alpha equal to f by m, and we have minus k by m x. Again, this motion is acceleration is directly proportional to x, and it is directed towards the main position because of this minus sign. That means here the motion of this block, which is hanged by a spring, will also be simple harmonic motion. Okay, that means the motion of block is SHM. Motion of block is HHM, and in that way we can again find out with the same comparison method with the standard equation what we get. We can write that from standard equation uh, alpha equal to minus omega square y or x, we have omega equal to under root k by m, that is 2 pi by t equal to under root k by m. That means t comes out to be 2 pi under root m by k. Whatever we have had in the case of horizontal spring, the similar formula we are getting for the vertical spring also. Okay, and let us just see that how exactly we can do practically how it is exactly held. Let us see. Well, you can see a stand, that a wooden scale with some uh, in fact hook that is fixed with it, and it is vertically held. This is a spring. Spring also has a hook. Okay, and then what we do, we can, it has another hook over here. We can hang this. Okay, now with that we can at least read the reading of this, how much its length. If we consider the spring, the 0 is here, 0 is here, and this is exactly at 10, and therefore it is 33. If we see this lower end, it is around 33. That means 23 centimeter is the, uh, suppose we have 23 centimeter of the length, this spring, length of the spring is 23 centimeter. मैं हुक के लेंथ को नहीं ले रहा हूँ, खाली यहाँ तक का ले रहा हूँ, क्योंकि यहाँ पर 33 रीडिंग दिखा रहा है, और यहाँ पर ये आया बीच में 10 सेंटीमीटर से जो सेंटर है, तो इसके मतलब 23 सेंटीमीटर हो गया. Now we are having just 100 gram of weight. It is being suspended from this side. Now its length is increased. You can see it is suspended and its length, this portion is now 38. पहले 33 था, अब 38 हो गया, तो कितने सेंटीमीटर चेंज होगा? 5 सेंटीमीटर चेंज हुआ ड्यू टू 100 ग्राम ऑफ वेट. Okay, now suppose I am just pulling it downward and say up when its length becomes almost 45. 45 means 45 minus 10, that is 35 अब हो जाएगा. ठीक है, लेंथ ओरिजिनल था 23 सेंटीमीटर, और इसका जब हम इसको ऐसे छोड़ देते हैं तो ये 38 दिखा रहा है. 38 मीन्स दैट इज 38 माइनस 10. यहाँ पर कितना था? इट इज 38 माइनस 10 मीन्स 28 सेंटीमीटर, और पहले का जो इसका ओरिजिनल लेंथ था ये 33 में था, तो 5 सेंटीमीटर एक्सटेंड हुआ था इस वेट के कारण. ठीक है. Now if I pull it further downward and leave the force, then see how it oscillates. You can just see the closer look of the reading. And this is the exact situation which I am just having this calculation, and time period is very easily determined if you have the wristwatch, or if you have this stop clock, then you can easily determine its time period. Okay, now let us study the combination of two springs or even more than two springs. Both the springs are taken of equal length. Both the springs are of the same length, but they are having different K. That is, their spring constants are different. Maybe their materials are different. One is made up of copper, other is made up of aluminum or brass, like this. Okay, and therefore we have to hang them from the same horizontal platform, and the entire system is in vertical plane. Both are connected to the same load, same weight M, like this. Okay, you can see that they are of the same weight M, and if it is pulled down and then left, then obviously it will keep on oscillating. Okay, now we are ignoring all other weights and other things because it is not a single spring. Here we have to have only the restoring force, because we have already seen that the weights are always cancelled out, because we had left with only the restoring force. Why? Because if we use a weight, then it will first press down, press down, then that has a fixed length, and on further extending it downward, and then if it is left, then only it will oscillate. Equilibrium से हमको काउंट करना होता है, तो वेट को इग्नोर कर देते हैं. So we have to keep only the restoring force over here. Remember, it will have its constant, swing constant K1, it is having swing constant K2. तो दो अलग अलग फोर्स होगा यहाँ पर, इसके लिए होगा, इसके लिए रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स होगा. F1 will be equal to minus K1x अगर x खींचा जाए, and F2 equal to minus K2x. ठीक है, तो अब क्या है, मास तो कॉमन है, तो ऑब्वियसली नेट फोर्स F इक्वल टू हो जाएगा F1 प्लस F2 minus K1 plus K2 x. This is your F. Then obviously what will be the net resultant acceleration? Acceleration will be F by m, and that we have K1 plus K2 upon m into x. As usual, this system of springs also have the same thing, that is acceleration is directly proportional to displacement, and with minus n it is directed towards the main position. That means its motion is again be simple harmonic motion. So जैसे as usual होता है, we will just compare it with the other format, that is with the standard formula, by the comparison with standard formula. We get omega square equal to K1 plus K2 upon m. That is omega equal to under root K1 plus K2 by m. That much of thing you get. Okay, and once you get this, then it is just equivalent to 2 pi by t equal to under root K1 plus K2 upon m, or t equals to 2 pi under root m upon K1 plus K2. तो ये आ जाएगा टाइम पीरियड का फॉर्मूला. दिस इज द टाइम पीरियड फॉर्मूला, दैट t इक्वल टू 2 पाई अंडर रूट m अपॉन K1 प्लस K2. तो ये जब इस टाइप का जब सिचुएशन होता है कि दो स्प्रिंग एक साथ लटके हो और दोनों के लेंथ एक ही हो, देयर लेंथ आर इक्वल, Okay, but their materials are different, so that they may have different spring constants K1 and K2. In that case, again the system behaves like a simple harmonic motion, simple harmonic oscillator, what we call harmonic oscillator type something. So it will have simple harmonic motion, and we can get the value of this time period. तो इस टाइप का अगर हम लोग एक चीज देख लेते हैं, तो इसको अगर मैं थोड़ा चेंज कर दूं, ऑर्डर थोड़ा चेंज कर दूं, तो भी इस टाइप का ही आंसर आना चाहिए. How we get that one? That will be the case 2. This is case 1, of course. I am having the similar observation there. Okay, what happens to case 2? Suppose this is case 2. This is one rigid end. First spring is here. In between there is this block of mass m. Second spring is here. Both are horizontal platform. This is platform number 1, platform number 2. This is your K1. This is your K2. This is platform number 2 and this is platform number 1. Naturally, if mass is in between, if we push the mass downward, remember, then restoring force for this one will be how much? Upward direction. Because ये अपना ओरिजिनल स्टेट में आने की कोशिश करा, ओरिजिनल स्टेट ये था, इक्विलिब्रियम स्टेट था, तो इट विल मूव अपवर्ड. अब इसकी बात देखिए, अब ये इसका ओरिजिनल लेंथ इतना है, क्या है? जब इस ब्लॉक को नीचे आप दबाएंगे, व्हेन यू प्रेस इट डाउनवर्ड, और यू आर इनफैक्ट पुलिंग इट डाउनवर्ड फ्रॉम लोअर साइड और फ्रॉम अपर साइड पुशिंग यू डाउनवर्ड, व्हाट हैपेंस? इट विल स्ट्रेच, ये खिंच जाएगा. तो ये भी कोशिश क्या करेगा? अपने रिस्टोर करने की, अपने ओरिजिनल स्टेट में लाने का. तो ओरिजिनल स्टेट लाने का मतलब, अगर पहले लेंथ 4 सेंटीमीटर था, तो 4 अब 6 हो गया, तो फिर 4 सेंटीमीटर होने की कोशिश करेंगे. दैट मीन इट्स रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स विल आल्सो बी दिस वे. F2 is this direction and F1 is also this direction. Both are in the same direction. एक खास बात है, तो इसके भी वही निकालेंगे. दैट इज K1 F1 equal to K1 minus K1x and F2 equal to minus K2x, or F equal to minus K1 plus K2x, and therefore acceleration alpha equal to minus K1 plus K2 x upon m. The same formula whatever you have had in the previous case, तो यहाँ पर भी एक जैसी फॉर्मूला बन जाएगा. तो यही टाइम पीरियड हो जाएगा 2 पाई अंडर रूट m अपॉन K1 प्लस K2. डायग्राम अलग अलग है, उसमें एक ही हॉरिजॉन्टल सरफेस से दोनों स्प्रिंग को बांध दिया गया, तो दोनों सेम लेंथ है बट अलग अलग मटेरियल है. यहाँ पर दो अलग अलग प्लेटफॉर्म से बांधा गया, लेकिन बीच में ब्लॉक को रख दिया, सो दैट वी कैन वेरी इजीली गेट द ऑसिलेशन इन बिटवीन. ठीक है, उस टाइप का आपका केस हो जाएगा. तो ऑसिलेशन होने के मतलब क्या है कि वी कैन वेरी इजीली गेट दैट हाउ वी एग्जैक्टली डू दिस. अब अगर मैं केस 3 अब एक और केस देखें, जिसमें कि दोनों स्प्रिंग को एक साथ बांध दिया गया, देन इट विल बी टोटली डिफरेंट. Suppose we are having the third case, when we have both the springs are attached together, number 1, number 2, and then here it is the block. This is block M. एक स्प्रिंग को यहाँ पर रखा, एक स्प्रिंग को यहाँ पर रखा, ये कॉमन रिजिड एंड से बांधा आपने, और इसका स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट K1, इसका स्प्रिंग कांस्टेंट K2 है. अब अगर इसको खींच के छोड़ देंगे, तो दोनों के एक्सटेंशन में थोड़ा थोड़ा चेंजेस आ सकता है. अब कैसे आएगा हम देखते हैं. तो मान लीजिए पहले वाला एक्सटेंड होता है x1, दूसरा वाला x2 होता है. तो इसके लिए क्या हो जाएगा? व्हाट विल बी द रिस्टोरिंग फोर्स फॉर फर्स्ट वन? फॉर द first spring we have F1 equal to minus K1 x1, ठीक है. Similarly for second spring F2 equal to माइनस के टू एक्स टू, ये हो जाएगा। F1 अलग है, F2 अलग है। अच्छा, अब अपनों क्या किया कि जब इतना हमने निकाल दिया तो सपोज व्हाट वी डू, वी मल्टीप्लाई इक्वेशन 1 with k2 and equation 2 with k1। अब उल्टा अगर हम ये कर देते, एक को k1 से, एक इसको k2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते, इसको k1 से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते, then what we have, let us multiply equation 1 by k2 and equation 2 by k1। okay, if we multiply, what we get, f1 k1 k2 equal to minus k1 k2 x1। ठीक है। Similarly f2 k1 again minus k1 k2 x2, ये आ जाएगा। if we add this, then what we get, f1 k2 plus f2 k1 equal to minus k1 k2 common x1 plus x2। this is your equation number 3। दिस इज योर इक्वेशन नंबर 3। इसमें एजम्पशन बहुत लिए जाते हैं। अब इसमें एजम्पशन क्या लिया गया, अब ये एजम्पशन हम ले सकते हैं कि इफ वी हैव k1 एंड सॉरी, इफ वी हैव x1 plus x2, if x1 plus x2 equal to total extension, total increase in length, total increase in length, that is x, total increase in length ना x है, and f1 is nearly equal to f2 and that is equal to f। अगर ये मान लेते कि सिंस दे आर ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर हाइट, तो बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं, ये नहीं कि एक वो मोटा स्प्रिंग लेंगे और बहुत पतला स्प्रिंग, तो ऐसे टेढ़ा हो जाएगा, एक साथ नहीं अप डाउन करेगा। बट आई एम डिस्कसिंग दिस व्हेन द दे आर वाइब्रेटिंग टुगेदर। तो अब इस केस में क्या हो जाएगा, इस केस में हो जाएगा आपका equation 4, equation 3 becomes, equation 3 becomes f k1 plus k2 equal to minus k1 k2 into x। therefore f equal to minus k1 k2 upon k1 plus k2 into x। as usual, you are getting this type of formula, and therefore alpha comes out to be minus 1 upon m k1 k2 upon k1 plus k2 x। again this is a simple harmonic motion because it's directly proportional to x and directed towards the mean position, therefore time this will be equal to, as usual I am not doing all other previous steps, I am directly doing omega equal to under root 1 by m k1 k2 k1 plus k2, this much of thing comes, and then it is 2 pi upon capital T under root 1 upon m k1 k2 upon k1 plus k2। इस कैलकुलेशन इज लॉन्गेस्ट वन। अभी तक जितने कैलकुलेशन में 2 स्टेप में आज लगे, इसमें लंबा है क्योंकि बिल्कुल डिफरेंट टाइप का सिचुएशन है। therefore t comes out to be 2 pi, within this m is taken up upward, and here we have k1 k2 and k1 plus k2 there। okay, after having this, then what we have, we can very easily get, this is 2 pi under root m k1 upon this is in fact when you divide it with this 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2. This is the final expression for time period. This is the final expression for time period. Okay. 2 t equal to 2 pi m 1 upon k1 plus within under root. How much we get? 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2. Okay. And with that we have completed the spring motion today, and next we will discuss this pendulum, and in that regard we will also discuss a second pendulum, and after that we will discuss forced vibration and damping. With that we have completed today's lecture. Thank you.